I'm in a market for a new camera, mainly for my video work. Photographic stuff, I'm all set with OM1 and OM5, so no need to upgrade there. But what are the things that I'm looking for in a new camera when I'm getting one? What are the things that matter to me the most? Of course, this is a bit video-centric content, but I will tackle about some features in photography too, if I was looking for a new camera for photography. Hi, it's Peter here, and let's get right into the business. The first question is, when I'm looking for a new camera, and this time for video, is it going to be a hybrid camera or a dedicated video camera? And that question is kind of tackled or done already, because I do have a cinema cam. I do have a Z-Cam E2 M4, which I've had since 2021. That was the year when I was not an ambassador or visionary for Olympus or OMDS. That's when I got this camera, and I haven't used it for about a year now because, I've been using only OM system and Olympus cameras during my ambassador year. But now I will take this back to my workflow and into my camera bag. And this is a great camera. The reason I got it back then was that it is a micro 4/3 mount, so I already had quite a lot of lenses for this. And then another reason was that it was able to shoot 4K 160 frames per second, which is pretty huge. And for slow motion, that is a must. And also it can shoot ProRes in many different quality, and also it can shoot Z RAW. And it was a very good price for this, so it wasn't really that expensive. But it's a lot of value for the money. And I'm very lucky right now because I have an excellent video camera OM1, but I do need more. There are some things that I wish were a little different or better. So I don't have to invest in lenses at the moment that much. Actually, if I'm getting a hybrid camera, then one lens, a fast zoom lens, will be totally fine for now. Because if I need some other special lenses, I can use OM1 and then just use that camera for that. And that's why, I'm in a very good position so I can concentrate on the camera body only, or mainly. I don't have to really think about how many glasses or how many lenses I need to spend a lot of money on that, because I think the most important thing in many ways in videography and photography are the lenses. So that you have good quality glass. I'd rather pay a bit more for the glass than the camera. So I'm in a very good position in that. The reason I need a new video camera is that the demand for vertical and horizontal video from the same content has increased a lot. Clients want to have the same clip for social media and for YouTube and other video platforms. And being able to do that, or those two different videos from the same clip, is a cost-saving thing and time-saving thing, and a lot more convenient. I can service the client a lot better if I can pull out the same content to different formats. And that's why I need a camera with open gate, or 8K, 6K, 5.7K. It doesn't really matter. The only thing is that I have the ability to make those two different formats. And that's not what I can do with my current OM1, for example. I could use OM5 for vertical video, but then I would need to film it with another camera at the same time. And then there is the problem that people is not looking inside the lens like this. They will be looking something like this, or switching, and that's not very good. So that's one reason. The second reason is that 422 10-bit internally is something that I really like, either H.265 or ProRes. Both, if possible, would be really good, because then I have the possibility to do different or use different codecs for different purposes. And 422 internally, because then I can do also green screen a lot better. Because when you do green screen, the best results come from if you have 422. And if it's 10-bit or 12-bit or even 14-bit, that's even better. But that remains to be seen what's out there in the market. And then also some kind of a log format is also something that I like, because that will give me more dynamic range if there is a proper log. Because log 400 is okay, but it's not as good as some other cameras or their log files. And then of course, when I'm a one-man band what's really important is AF. It needs to have a really reliable and good AF. And that's what I already have in OM1, so it can't be any worse than that. It needs to be better if that's even possible. And what's good about it is that I'm not limited to any brand. That's, anything goes. I'm not, I want that brand or that brand. It doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is that it is something that works for me. I'm not going to buy something because someone else has something. I will be looking some YouTube videos, of course, about different cameras and how they perform as a video cam. And, different opinions, different videos, different channels, so that I can get a kind of like a whole picture. And then I will contact some local representatives, or if not here in Finland, then abroad, and see if I could test some of the cameras, because, well, it's a big investment to get a new camera, and I might have the possibility to test them beforehand and maybe even make some content about it and see how that is. And one thing about the brand, though, is that I want to have a mount that is in a way universal, that there are third-party lens makers. And unfortunately, that narrows down the options, because Canon and Nikon aren't very friendly with third-party AF lenses. I think Canon has restricted that altogether, and Nikon only allows lenses to be AF in their mount if they don't have the lens themselves, or is something special about the lens that they don't manufacture it. And I think that's a bad call, because, of course, as a photographer, I want to have as much a variety of lens makers as possible. For video, I might get some manual focus lenses, so that wouldn't be a problem. But I also rely on very good autofocus as a one-man band. It needs to be good. So if we talk about hybrid cameras, the brands are narrowed down to Sony, Panasonic, and Fuji. Those three are. What the mount is going to be, is it going to be Micro Four Third or something else? I don't know. I will look into that. And if I include cinema cams, of course, which I will take a look, then the two options are Z-Cam and Blackmagic. But more about that when I actually start exploring and looking into this. I'm not in a hurry. I'm totally fine for now, but I will be doing this research during this spring. The budget. It's not limitless, of course, but I do have a good budget to get it, especially if I only need one lens and one body, then I can get pretty much what I want. I need to check also the cost of the whole system going forward. If I invest in some hybrid camera that is for my video work, I will also need to check out the lens selection and the prices for the lenses, so that it is reasonably priced lenses, so that I can grow that system, because that's, of course, eventually I'm going to do that, but not for now, because like I said, I will be using OM1 and OM5 for video work, for B-roll and handheld stuff, because the IBIS is so good in OM1 and OM5. And then what about the photographic features? Of course, if I end up getting a hybrid camera that can also be used for photos, then of course I will talk about those too. And they're not much. The megapixels isn't the thing. Form factor, yeah, it is a thing in photographs, because I want to have a small and compact system, not much bigger than what I have now. But if it's a more video-centric camera, then the size really doesn't matter that much. It's not a big deal. But if it's something that I will use also in photographs or photographing, then the size does matter. If you have any suggestions or any knowledge about what I should consider, please let me know in the comments down below. All those comments are really appreciated. I just published a video about the future of my channel, and you can watch it from there. There are some info about my channel going forward in 2023. But hey, thanks for watching, and bye for now.